What's up, guys? What's up, guys? What's up, guys? What's up, guys? I'm not doing that. Hey, doing something a little bit different in this video. I really want to do this video because I want to talk about permission. Oftentimes when pursuing passions or things off the beaten path, we try to ask other people for advice, but we're really not asking for advice, are we? We're asking for validation. We're asking for them to say yes, like that's a good idea. And I'm not here to give advice. I partially want to document my own stories, but also want to share how the creative process runs from someone who doesn't come from a cultural context that promotes creative endeavors, risky outcomes, and traditional paths. I'm going to document how I go about it so that anyone else who maybe doesn't have the right support, the right encouragement, or the right resources to do so can watch my videos and maybe get something helpful out of it. Since I don't trust myself to be directly in front of the camera in a non-interesting situation, we're going to do it while hiking in Cas National Park, which is in Ecuador. It's a hidden gem. It honestly looks like something out of an alien world, and it's absolutely beautiful. So let's do this. You see me? I hope y'all do. I don't even know if the thing is on. And welcome to the channel. This is going to be a channel. Welcome if you're new. We're all new. I'm new. Give you some background. I'm 25 years old. I'm a Pakistani American. I'm a Pakistani American. I struggle with identity, cultural identity. Okay, all right, chill. I don't like to stay in one place for too long. I start random projects. I'm still figuring out my career. And so obviously, I've started to make YouTube videos. Haha. Yeah! This video is for the hidden renegades, those with an itch to explore a new hobby, start a new career path, move to that big city, or take on that thing. It's that thing that's risky, that doesn't have a clear path to success. It's outside your comfort zone, and you might look like a fool. But if that thing happened, if you got that job, if you started that project, if you started that business, let's go. Crazy. To help you on this new path, I want to share 3 reasons why you don't need anyone's permission to take your first steps. 3 reasons I'm now using to take my own first steps. So what this video is really about is a conversation that I had with one of my mentors. So if you don't care about me, he's got some pretty solid credentials. Harvard Business School, has a successful startup. I bet you're listening now, right? Essentially, I called him asking about different startups that I should look at and different projects that I'm working on and whether or not I should consider pursuing them. And I thought I was asking for advice, but on the phone, he paused for a minute and he said, Amma, I don't think you're looking for advice. I think you're looking for permission, and I can't give you permission. You have to find that for yourself if you really want to be an entrepreneur. Oh God. It got me thinking a lot about how many times I've done that, where I've talked to friends and family about ideas or projects. And really all I'm trying to do is ask them for validation. And I think for people who come from a background where we have a lot of community pressures, parental pressures, and we kind of grown up in an environment where we haven't consistently validated as we've been growing up. And if you're not doing the right thing, you'll be told if you're not doing the right thing, one way or another. So I really do think that partially this is a lot harder for individuals who come from a cultural context and a community where there's a lot of eyes on you, there's a lot of people watching you. There's certain classic traditions that are upheld. It can be difficult to navigate and take your first steps into doing the thing you secretly want to do. As I struggled to take my own, I find comfort in this first reason I don't need permission. It's been the first indication that maybe I'm on the right path. Because I'll admit, I'm just figuring things out as I go. And the first reason means I'm in good company. The first reason you shouldn't ask people for permission, no one really knows what they're doing. For the most part. Okay, some people maybe. But for the most part, no one really knows what they're doing. And my mentor, he talked to me about how when he was 23, 24, he incorporated his company. And he just kind of figured it out from there. It wasn't like a I know the roadmap, I know I'm gonna execute, I know who I'm gonna hire. It was just one step at a time. And I think that's why he was uncomfortable giving me any validation or permission, because my path and my journey is not gonna look the same. And I think the other thing is, like, most people don't know what they're doing. They're following their own best judgment. And that best judgment actually is dependent on that person and their traumas and their confidence level and their talents and their uniqueness. And sometimes that may be different than yours. Actually, most of the time that's going to be different than yours. It's like that classic adage of, would you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree? No. And then if you think about, okay, if you were a lion, would you ask an elephant if you should go chase that gazelle over there? It's helpful to consider that you also have unique skills and unique talents, and other people have different unique skills and different talents. And if you do end up taking someone's permission, let's say saying no, then you base it off of the permission of what they personally think about their own limits, and that may not be you. Sound is like a little like I don't know if you can see that. Mushy. To explain the second reason I've stopped asking for permission, I need to tell you a story. In order to survive in the wild as human beings, we stick to our tribe. If the tribe says fish and drink from the lake, then we fish and drink from the lake. If the tribe takes the dirt path to the mountain, we take the dirt path to the mountain. We settle down by the lake to increase the odds of our survival and success, and we repeat for millennia, until there's a curious soul that comes along. She's a born explorer, and when she gazes up to the mountains, she has an instinct that there's cleaner water up above. However, she can't see it. No one can see it. The tribesmen ridicule her, saying that even if there was water, the lakes in the mountains are surely much smaller than the ones in the valley. There's no point in going searching for lakes up in the mountains. It's irrational. However, instead of following the dirt path, the girl follows a stream that goes up the mountain, across murky waters, winding hills, and just when she thinks the tribesman may be right, she comes across a waterfall. No one could have foreseen this. They were only thinking of lakes as their source of life. A waterfall was not a possibility in the mind of a tribesman. The girl had found the cleanest water and now an easy access point. The point of this short, cheesy story is to understand that as you pursue your thing, most people may not be able to understand or see the goal you're pursuing. Sometimes not even you. How can you find validation in someone that doesn't understand what success means to you? Success for them may mean a job to pay the bills and more time with their family, a lake to settle down on, and that's a great version of success. And if that's yours, then don't do anything different. But if you want something different, then it makes sense to follow the stream and realize that when you ask for permission, some people may not be able to comprehend that there are waterfalls nearby. As I continue to make videos and share my work, I still struggle with the choice of asking for validation or permission. The last thing I've learned to help me take a different path is validation is temporary. Yeah, I know. I've heard people say if you base your actions on the validation of others, then you will always have to rely upon them to take any action. And yeah, it's true. But I think I've learned to take a skill-based perspective on this that I want to share. I realize that I can make something, kind of think it's good, ask someone for their opinion, and if they say they like it, I can post it, and awesome. Cool video, cool pic, whatever. But even if it does well, it's fraudulent. I'm a fraud as a creator. And if I keep asking others, I may never develop the skill to know if something is good or bad on my own. And even worse, I will never actually push myself to create the highest quality work that I can. I'll just make work for others that's good enough. Instead, I realize I'd rather fail 1,000 times. Yeah, the content is going to be cringy. I'm sorry, I gotta pay my dues. And then eventually, I'll develop the confidence and skill to know I'm creating good work. Then I've earned it. And I can always validate my own work. Last thing I want to say is that I'm not trying to convince anyone to take a blind leap into any of your risky goals and live in the fluffy world of chasing your passion impractically. You do have to make money, and especially for my people in traditional cultural contexts, there are barriers. So this channel is going to be about taking small steps into doing that thing, your thing. I believe there's a lot of hidden creators and interesting people who could add a lot of color to the world by taking a chance, and that's worth me being cringe for. So if this resonated with you, like and share with other hidden creatives, and subscribe if you want to take steps with me on that unknown path. You don't have to full send, you don't have to ask for permission, just create for yourself. On to the next step. Nothing less, nothing more.